Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
Officially frozen. Unfortunately.
Oh God damn
Stop it. Stop it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes, but your video's frozen.
Of course, it's probably the worst fucking angle because I'm doing my hair.
You are doing your hair.
Yeah.
All right, so perfect. I still have time to record everything on my end then.
Yeah.
So, should I leave this?
It just turned out to be audio driver. Yeah, okay, if you're frozen, just turn your video off and turn it back on.
Yeah, that should work. Yeah, camera on and camera off. Camera's off. Now put it back on. There you are.
Great, wonderful.
So I literally went into my friend's Discord. I was like, chat, can you hear me okay? My sound okay? Like, no, you sound terrible. I'm like, fuck. Updated my drivers, did a window update, hopped back in. I'm like, how about now? Like, you sound normal. I'm like, great. And I left.
Welcome back.
Oh, I missed you guys. I feel like it's been so long since the three of us have sat down and chatted.
5 weeks.
How's China?
Hong Kong. There is, I think, a difference. I'm in the States. I can say that now.
There's a difference? My bad.
Politically, yes, there's a difference.
Politically, there's a big difference between. I mean, it is Hong Kong is like kind of surrounded by water, but also attached to the mainland. Like, so driving in from the airport to the hotel, it felt like the season 2 of The Wire, with just shipping containers and cranes everywhere.
Yeah, it's Baltimore Harbor.
Yeah, Baltimore Harbor, exactly. So, I mean, the food was great. The people were all super nice. Mm-hmm. And, like,
That's
airport
great.
Customs was fast.
Nice.
And I was there for work, so the conference went really, really well. And the food at the conference was unreal. So every day they had a cutting board station with, like, a bunch of sushi and food and everything.
Nice.
And the second day was Australian ribeye.
Wow.
And, oh, my
wow.
God. Yeah, with the au jus sauce and the horseradish sauce. And,
okay.
So fucking good.
Oh my God, it was so red. It was delicious. So yeah, the food was really good. The hotel was pretty sweet. The toilet water was blue. I don't know what that was about.
It's probably just some sort of cleaner.
Cleaner, I guess. And then around like 9 o'clock at night, like the water smelled. So they're probably dumping shit into the water.
Probably.
So, you know, they don't have health or pollution standards over in China typically.
Yeah.
So,
how's your chopstick game? Better?
Much better. So I got back last week, and this past weekend, Jazz and I went up to Woodbury, New York for the Woodbury Commons, like the outlet stores.
Oh, you were by me.
Yes.
It's fun.
Upstate New York. It's like an hour.
The other Woodbury
I think there's
Commons.
a Woodbury Commons on Long Island too.
There is.
Yeah, it's like it's all designer stores, and it had a huge sale.
Yeah,
so
yeah. It's like going to a bunch of. It's like going to the Miracle Mile, not the Miracle Mile.
Yeah.
Is it the Miracle Mile? Yeah, in Manhasset.
And on the way back, we stopped at my grandmother's house, and then we ended up getting all-you-can-eat sushi with my uncle and my cousin.
Nice.
And my chopstick game was much better. I can't do like noodles or ramen, but I can do sushi pretty well.
Yeah,
I'm horrible at chopsticks. I can do sushi, okay. I can't really do like noodles.
It takes a.
I can do like dumplings and shit.
It's really hard. You gotta swirl it sort of and kind of like
swirl it. Yeah. You figure it out after a while. There's an all-you-can-eat sushi place in my town if you guys are ever around.
Ooh, that would be fun. That would be
Yes, and whatnot. So yeah, you're good in time. How does do you have the audio tracks and everything?
Yeah. Actually,
Cool.
I know we had that issue last time or the time before, but I know
Oh
with,
yeah, when it
Charles
went down, yeah.
whatever it was, yeah, like whatever it was, that was fixed. That was a Skype setting, and then
Okay.
I had the 2 songs, and I remember the second intro I had to cut down a little bit, so I edited it and re-uploaded it a little
Okay.
before you got sent the
Yeah,
link.
that's fine.
So,
Okay, were you
I
on
mean,
that
can you hear
episode
can
when
you
the
hear
audio
this?
was off? Yeah, I can hear it.
You can hear it. Okay, good.
Were you on the episode when the audio was off? Okay.
Yes, there's one episode where we didn't have audio.
Or no, not the audio. I mean, like the
The
background
music.
Mhm.
Music.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was weird because you guys could hear the sound effects, but you couldn't hear the music.
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it
I think
was-
because I
it was a
remember
Skype
asking
setting.
if like we didn't work with them anymore, if like we didn't have rights anymore.
Oh no, we have.
So I
rights.
remember asking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because what was like you timed it perfectly. I was like,
You did. You timed it really well. I was very impressed. The timing might be a little bit off.
little bit off.
I think I did shorter version of the intro as well. So it's just a little just cut down so you can kind of just get to the chase a little
Well,
bit.
we've
but it
been
still has
using
the
that
same drop.
music for so long.
Yeah,
Like,
we have to figure out because I already talked with
All right.
Aaron from Ringside Club. Because remember I showed you that he does
the music.
Mm-hmm. We just need to give him reference music.
Yeah, we need music. I still think we should like freshen up like logos and shit.
We've got 7 episodes till 400. We've got some time.
Also,
And it's also the holiday season.
okay,
I was gonna say-
if you're buying MCR tickets at MetLife, let me know how much they are because I might join you in the crew.
Okay.
Because I would love to see that band play Black Parade front top to bottom.
Oh, I'm so excited. I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
I
start
want it
recording.
so bad.
Let me start rolling.
Well, I have a question about scheduling for the rest of the year, like because we're not going to hit 400 this year.
No, we're not.
No.
Cool.
I highly doubt it. Well, let's see. We have.
There's a bunch of Tuesdays in December. I don't think I'm going to be around.
Mhm.
Like the Tuesday the 26th, we're planning to go to the holiday show at MSG.
I mean Thursday.
Thursday.
This
December?
month, you mean.
Oh,
This
I'm
month.
sorry.
November,
I'm looking.
November.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's November. December the 26th. Oh, that's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. Christmas Eve, we're not going to do a show.
Yep.
No,
and then
not
New
at
Year's
all.
Eve, we're also not
Probably
going
won't
to
do
do
a
a
show.
show.
I won't be here. And then I know December 10th, I have my supervisor meeting at 9 o'clock again, just like I'm doing now. And then December 3rd, I won't be around. I have a dinner to
Okay.
go to.
All right. So I know we have Survivor Series Survivor Series War Games is
30th.
the 30th?
No, November.
30th of November.
Yep.
So there's that. And then the next week is NXT Deadline, which is the 7th. It's a Saturday.
Yeah, I will be here for the preview show of Survivor Series. I will not be here for the Survivor Series Fallout.
So that'll be the Deadline preview show. And then AEW
Mhm.
has World's End.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Same.
It's really interesting because AEW World's End is December 28th. So
That's
we'll figure
such
it
a
out.
stupid time to have a pay-per-view. Oh,
The
and
end
Saturday,
of the world.
Are
Saturday
we
the
doing
28th.
a Saturday night main event preview show?
We could. If none of us are going, they just reopened more seats because they
Liv and I are
changed.
talking about it. It
they
depends
changed
on
the
prices
setup.
and money and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
they changed up the setup, so it's a longer walkway.
Mhm.
So they angled the walkway, so it means it's going to be more of a minimal stage.
Ooh.
So, he'll read it in a second. Saquon, thanks for joining us. So it's gonna be more of a minimal stage. So we'll figure out as it goes along. If it's like a slow news week, we can cancel. If it's like a significant news or something, I have other people I can just bring on as like guest.
Mm-hmm.
I'll guest tour it for a while.
Holidays
need
are
be.
wild.
Holidays are wild.
And then, is there anything else I need off in the next several weeks? Yeah, New Year's Eve, we won't be here. Great.
Ooh.
I can't believe it's fucking November. It like doesn't feel like it.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely crazy.
I'm like looking at my planner right now, and it's all like holiday shit. Like, we need to like rent the car to go to see my parents for Christmas. Like, we need stuff for like Christmas. We have to figure out what we're making for Thanksgiving. And I'm just like, how?
Oh, if you're coming my way, stop by, say hi. I'll join you.
Thanksgiving, we're staying in Astoria because I have to work all day.
Gotcha. I mean, like if you're going by your parents, or like I'm just south of your parents for the most part.
Yeah, we're going to my parents. We're not going to my parents on Christmas proper. We're gonna pick a day around Christmas to go because the following weekend we're going upstate for New Year's again.
Gotcha. Just let me know. I'll more than likely be
Yes,
around.
we would love to see you.
You are so right, Taquan. I am. I'm not above getting a plate of anything during the holiday season. If you'll have me, I will eat and take food home with me.
I'm literally telling anyone I know that may be suffering from MAGA family members this Thanksgiving. I'm like, yo, just come to my house.
Yeah, I read Jazz and I read a BuzzFeed article where this woman is just like, I canceled Christmas and Thanksgiving with my husband's family over the election.
Yeah, I have like friends that are like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go home. I'm like, well, if you don't want to go home, come here.
I already have like someone's doing like 2 Thanksgivings for like accommodating one of their parents. And so like, oh, we're doing a second Thanksgiving the day after. You want to come? I go, yes, I will. Yes, I will.
We were supposed to do a Friendsgiving, but Jazz's friend had to cancel like the Monday before. It's supposed to be this past Saturday.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, I know, right? Like,
I feel like
I don't think I've ever done a Friendsgiving.
I've done it once.
I've never done a Friendsgiving, to be honest with you.
My group of friends, I feel like, is the perfect group of friends to do a Friendsgiving, but we have so much shit going on that, like, we never have time for Thanksgiving, but, like, we go so ham for New Year's.
Okay.
So it kind of, because now, like, we used to just do a party every year, and now it's turned into a trip.
You're going to go off center there, Will, with the camera?
You know, it's funny because I'm doing it in the app, and the app has this new thing. You just drag a box around, which is actually super useful.
Yeah.
But I'm a little delayed on the YouTube feed, so where I'm watching it, the Twitch feed. So I'm like, am I dragging it too far? I won't know for another 8 seconds.
Oh, no. I lost my little...
Nope, too far. I think I got it over here.
All right, let me move my YouTube here, so I stop looking to the
side. I get so
side.
with the camera angle. It's the worst.
I want to like upgrade like a bunch of like my podcasting stuff because like I would like to look better.
The one thing I've had in my queue is like this not in my queue, my freaking one of my like 7 Amazon wish list is like this multicolored light. So instead of having this white light, I can just have like random colors in the background. So you'll see.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I want.
Well, no, it's a double-sided light. So the front light is like a just a regular like white light coming, and then the back light will be like whatever RGB colors I can put together.
Two bulbs.
Fun.
I'll send you a link after the show.
Yeah, that sounds like if it uses 2 bulbs, that's pretty cool.
It's on my wish list right now. And pull it up.
Yeah, I'm like not sure if I like need just like a fucking like a ring light or like a whole conference thing. Because right now by my desk, I took the lamp out. So, like, I need a different lamp. That's why I have the big light on.
Yeah.
Don't use a ring light for video. Ring lights are made specifically for photos, photography.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Especially since you wear glasses, it'll just reflect in your glasses, too.
Yeah. Like, I've been doing this for long enough where, like, I kind of need to step my pussy up a lot of it. So, like, I feel like audio and video is like the first thing I can fix.
God, what a phrase.
What, step my pussy up?
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything. I was like, did they just
I'm not letting that one slide under the radar. I had to mention it.
I was like, I don't think they meant to say that, but in case
I did mean to, I did mean to say that. I need to step my pussy up.
You even confused the quad.
Okay, it means so much more coming from you.
Thank you. Step your shit up.
Yeah, I get it. I knew what you were going for. I've just never heard that phrase before.
I was like, that's a new one.
It's because you're not gay, Will.
Clearly,
neither of us.
Clearly,
we run in very different circles.
Yes, we do.
That's why I can't wait for the wedding.
Yo, it's gonna be so good.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna drop in Discord the light that I'm thinking about. It actually dropped in price.
I did get from my desk, and I already like really liking it. I got one of those 3-in-1 charging stations.
Nice.
For my phone, my watch. I don't have AirPods at the moment, but it could also charge AirPods or an equivalent headphone.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what this is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it it does front light on you for like your face and shit,
And backlight is color. Yeah.
Backlight's color, so you can turn all the lights off, and it creates.
Oh, I saw one. I saw.
And create a scenario. Yeah, and it's Logitech.
Yeah.
And all my other devices are pretty much Logitech anyway, so I can just go to one hub and make change all my settings for everything.
Yeah, dude, Logitech's the shit.
Yeah.
Logitech's the shit. Okay, if you're looking for a new webcam, I can send you the one I have. It says it's 4K, but I don't believe it.
Because I'm just using like my computer's like built-in.
It works pretty well, but you can get another one. Yeah.
I don't know if it's YouTube or whatever, but like when I watch the stream, like I usually watch the stream on like Wednesdays or Thursdays, and I feel like my picture and like my sound is not as good.
My sound is definitely not as good. That's Skype.
Because we're going through a channel, yeah. We're going through a different channel.
Put it this way, our audio is going from our machine into Skype through Ricky's OBS through YouTube.
Yeah, so it's going through telephone. It's playing the game of telephone.
It's getting processed
and
reprocessed so many times, which is the same thing for the camera.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if OBS downgrades your quality. Like you can have a 4K camera, but it only feeds out in 1080 or even 720p.
Also, like I'm also processing the video in 1080. I'm not going to 4K because that's too much space.
No, because it's not worth it.
It's also not worth it.
YouTube will also dumb it down. To 1080.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I can process it to like 4K, but it's like 20 gigs, and I'm like, I don't want to do this.
Like processing, storing, and streaming.
Yeah.
4K video is so expensive for YouTube. No, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
I've just been so confused for so long because like my computer's not old. It's like a 2021 MacBook.
It's not you. It's all the things that it's all the channels it has to go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I feel a little bit better and less. I'm gonna maybe not rush into upgrading all my shit.
Don't rush. You'll be fine.
I started decluttering my desk because I had too much shit on it.
Yeah, I also need to declutter my desk. I got my 2 laptops here. I have my Steam Deck. I have 3 stress balls, my 2 phones.
Nice stress balls. Good job, Will.
Yeah, dude, I love these things, dude.
I have stress balls, but I keep them in the bathroom.
This is
in
how
my first
stressed I
aid
was.
kit.
You ripped the stress
ball. I mean, to be fair, the stress ball they gave me was this one's pretty good because it works because they just gotta keep them together. But the other one they gave me, it's like it wasn't as good quality.
You know what you need? Well, you need kinetic sand.
Yes.
Oh, I love kinetic sand.
I have some kinetic
sand. So satisfying.
Yeah.
And then this one, this little football thing was like from like the hospital I got like years ago.
Oh, okay,
so.
That works out. All right.
It's just like a fidget spinner. I just that's like the squeeze things.
All right, so Kate's got to go to work soon, so we got to get the show on the road.
Let's get the show on the road.
Give me a countdown, and we'll get this thing started.
All right, excellent. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, what is old is new again because the OG Bloodline is back and things are going to get a little bit oozy. Plus, WWE let some people go for going to Europe, and did MVP do something that he was supposed to do in WWE before things went awry? Ladies and gentlemen, it's a slammed and jam-packed episode. King Ricky Kayfabe and a returning Will from overseas is back for episode 393 of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Midnight music. Midnight music.
All right. What a freaking couple of weeks it's been in the world of wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King's of the Rings podcast, episode number 393. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. Thank you guys for joining us this week. If you like what you're watching, because we are live on Twitch, we are live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, because Twitter sucks. Please share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews, all of that stuff. The links are all of our things, including some of our fantastic merch, is in the link below. we have a jam-packed and somewhat of a speed episode, not WWE speed because no one watches that at noon on Twitter at all. But we got a lot of stuff to go through in kind of a more condensed amount of time for right now, and none of that is going to involve the Yankees, is it, Will Tarashuk?
No. Nope. I watched game 1 at home. I missed game 2 because I was in the air, thank God. Missed game 3 because I couldn't watch it. I saw some of game 4 because they started coming back, and then I watched all of game 5 and had my heart broken.
I stopped watching after that debacle of a 5th inning.
God.
I watched the whole World Series, and I was like sad for you guys the whole time.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was bad. Rough. It was bad. After I'll say this. After that 5th inning, I go, they fucking deserve to lose, and just turned it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Judge doesn't make an error all year, and then he drops a routine fly ball because he's looking at first base.
Yeah, I was like, I was so mad, but that's over with.
It's sign Soto, and then just think about next year.
It's football season right now. Kayfabe, how are you?
Hi. My Chemical Romance is going back on tour, so I have found the will to live a little bit longer.
That's good. That's good.
Take a win where you can get it.
Boris is high. He's squeaking his ball.
Sorry.
And I don't care.
Oh, right.
And yeah, let's get the show on the road. I have to go to work in an hour.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like, that is so weird that they gave you a 9 p.m. meeting.
Well, we have people across, like, all different time zones. So they do, like, a daytime meeting and a nighttime meeting, to be fair.
Time zones, yeah, that whole world is round thing, I get it.
I'm trying to suck in as much non-traumatizing OT as I can.
Good luck.
Once again, I have a wedding to pay for.
Good.
So I'm going to go to these stupid meetings at nighttime just to make money.
Yes. All right. So let's get the show on the road. Last time you heard from myself and Kayfabe, because Will, like I said, was overseas, we were talking about Crown Jewel. So Crown Jewel has come and gone. And to be honest with you, it's quality event. I mean,
it was.
The Crown Jewel belts are the biggest belts I've ever seen on a human being. Ever. Like, it almost ate Liv Morgan.
Yeah, it was the size of her torso.
Yeah. The matches for the Crown Jewel event were great. Cody and Gunther put on a great classic match. Somehow, anybody who does the sleeper hold forgets about the reversal roll-up. Like, it works, 8 times out of 10.
They just forget to let go.
Yeah. Yeah. They just totally figure it out. I like the concept of the Crown Jewel. I didn't understand why the belts couldn't leave Saudi Arabia, and then they explained about all the different jewels in the belt. I go, oh, those are real.
Yeah. So expensive.
That's why they're not going anywhere.
It's not like
Okay.
I said it's not like Swarovski crystals.
Oh no, they took like Australian emeralds and put it in the belt. They're like, yeah, this is staying in WWE experience in Saudi Arabia, and everybody gets these like Super Bowl rings, essentially.
I mean, the rings are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right?
I like the rings.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that makes sense though, right? Because if they're not going to be on TV and you're not going to use them, yeah, just leave them there.
Yeah.
Just leave them there. Like, remember when Braun Strowman won the Greatest Royal Rumble and he got a green belt and we never saw it again?
Not once.
Yeah.
So, like, if you next year you get to bring them out again, I think that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, keep them there. Why not?
Yeah, it's like a better use of a Dynamite diamond ring.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty much. That's what I can equate it to. I hope Cody got that ring off because when at the in the post show he was struggling.
Big ring.
But I guess it was the actual ring size a little bit small for his hand. But he was also like gassed up from a match. Like he went from the match into a golf cart to this like ceremony.
Yeah, to the presser.
To the presser.
It's probably hot as balls too.
Yeah, it was bad. The other thing I want to bring up from Crown Jewel, besides the event was actually pretty solid. I feel like the women's fatal 4-way was wild from what I can recall. Did anybody watch the after show presser? Did anybody think Sheamus was like hungover? There was something wrong with him? Or was it just me?
I watched it passively. I honestly don't remember.
Because I was watching it with our big good friend Sir Charles, and I looked at Sheamus like, I don't think Sheamus is in a good state of mind right now. Like he looked like he was about to fall asleep and hungover. Like he just looked rough.
Maybe he was jet lagged.
Maybe.
Who
They
knows?
had been there for like what, 4 or 5 days?
A week?
Yeah.
That's no excuse then. I was jet lagged as fuck watching this show, so I fell asleep like halfway through. But yeah, I watched it.
Listen, it was a quality event. Everybody who was supposed to win, won. Obviously, Bloodline 2.0 beat the OG Bloodline with a great Haluva kicks like Superman punch mistake. Or whatever it was. I was like, oh.
Yeah, with Sammy coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. It was pretty good. I don't know, the Bloodline things, I haven't been watching Raw and SmackDown. I haven't watched SmackDown at all, or really Raw since they left Peacock, or not Peacock, Hulu.
Yeah.
So this when outside looking in is because of the promo packages. I was like, I saw what they did with Jay. They had him scoot the IC title. I was like, ooh, this is a little shaky.
I was upset about that because I was just like, we gave him the belt for 2 weeks only for him to lose it again?
Yeah, not only that, but like you spent so much time building him as an individual star, and he finally gets it just to go right back.
Yeah, like back to the storyline.
Yeah, it was a little messy. I'll use the word messy. But I like what they're doing now with the integration of Sammy, and Jay's whole thing is, hey, bro, I'm only here, but we're here as equals. Because Roman wants to put on his God mode heel persona, but Jay and Sammy are like keeping him in check, and Jimmy's just like, well, numbers, I guess. so like, from that perspective, I'm like, okay, there's a little bit of wrinkle, some conflict here. Like, okay, it's a little more. Who's that fifth man gonna be? Like, I think it's better. It's not a flop. It's better, and the match is going to be awesome.
Listen,
it's like we all knew this was coming, but it's not. It's okay.
There's a couple of moments that I think brought a lot of people back in. Obviously, the hug between Jimmy and Jay, which I think, Kay, you were there in person for.
I was.
And
yeah, that's cool. Like, that's fine. I thought that was great. That's great.
And then we have the moment from SmackDown with all of them putting the ones up in the air. Like, what a moment.
That was really cool.
What a moment.
Because Jay did it first. Jimmy's like, oh shit, me too. And then it's like Sammy and Roman are arguing like without saying words, and they both look over like, oh fuck, fine.
The best part about that whole show, before this end segment, which was great visual, like this is a professional photo from one of the WWE photographers, is the opening segment. Sammy slipped right into breaking all of them on camera.
As he does.
He was like, I miss the old times when me and you, and I was Sammy Uso, and Jimmy and I would do the handshake, and you had Jay over there, hater of the year.
hater of the year.
Literally, I watched Jimmy like turn around because he started breaking. I was like, this is amazing. And so I like where they're going with this. Obviously, this is Bloodline War Games. I keep going back and forth about whether or not they need a fifth member, because I was talking with, I think, Sir Charles again about this. He was like, there's going to be a fifth member. I go, I don't think it's needed. Like, you have your four.
I agree too.
Like, I'm totally cool with 4 on 4, but War Games is traditionally 5 on 5.
Yeah, and so Raw yesterday at this point, since we're recording on Tuesday, they were both looking for a fifth, and they both tried to recruit Seth, and Seth was like, nah, I'm out.
I mean, Sammy going to Seth, I was just like, ooh, not you. No, I get it. I see it, but I don't want it.
I don't want Seth involved at all.
Yeah.
Well, that's the perfect thing. Like, Seth backed out.
Yeah. But it's like you do need a little more, because like Roman was like the Kevin Owens storyline, right? He's like, Roman was so bad for so long. Now I was going to forget that he was a jackass for 4 years, a dictator. And that's Seth's point. Jay can come over because it's family, right? Blood, that makes sense. Yeah. Like, end of the day, you're still family. Like, that's just good storytelling. Sammy, it's kind of just like, Sammy, you could have played a little hard to get, all right? You could have been that girl at the prom. And Seth is just like, I'm just not interested. So it's like, who's that fifth person going to be? Probably Cody, and I don't want that either.
Yeah,
yeah, it's one of those things. I mean, I do like...
What they should do, because who's Solo going to get also? Who's Solo going to get for his fifth?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I have no idea either. What they could do is they can't find anyone because Roman was such a dick and a piece of shit.
Yeah.
They go in 5v4.
You could do that. There have been talks that apparently another member of the Bloodline, Lance NOI, has been signed and has been signed for a while and has just been injured. So that screws it because you can't debut another one without giving them a backstory at this point leading into War Games. I doubt The Rock will show up for one of the teams because The Rock has Red One that just came out and Moana 2. So he's definitely in Hollywood mode promoting both of those projects.
And he's never going to wrestle on something that's not WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He's just not going to do it. Rock's ego is too big to wrestle on Survivor Series.
We learned that the hard way.
His ego is too big to show up at his 25th anniversary, all right? Like, I still love The Rock, and I think the Final Boss character is great, but his ego is just, he thinks he's God. Like, come on now.
Oh, you're the highest paid actor in the world for how many years running?
So. I mean, he is kind of like God in this. It's called spade here.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. So there's that. I mean, I like how Seth refused. He refused Sammy, then he refused Solo. He goes, if I'm not going to be with he's like, I'm not going to join. If I'm not going to join Roman and his bloodline, I'm not going to join like someone who wants to be Roman.
Yeah. Roman wannabe.
Yeah, Roman wannabe. He's like, why would I do that? So I don't know who the split person is. It's clearly not Randy Orton. He got pile drived, which I love that story of the return of the pile driver being an illegal move.
I do too, but it was a weak pile driver.
It was a weak pile driver.
Some angles, just like, okay. Like, you did such a job for a
I mean, Randy's like
driver.
Also pushing 300 now. So like,
True.
You know. Randy played it well. He was like, I was like,
oh my god, the sound effects were killing me.
I was like, oh, good job, Randy.
The announcers played it really well too.
Yeah, because they
Michael Cole and Corey Graves sold it like fucking
like, that's been illegal for years.
Michael Cole's like, that's a big move.
Yeah, so I don't know who it is. I also want the Kevin is Right t-shirt.
Yeah,
that's a good fucking shirt.
Because like outside of like wrestling, people would be like, what?
What?
Who's Kevin?
It's like
you gotta go, dude. Home Alone.
Exactly.
And then they'll
You'll
get
know.
it.
You'll know. So yeah, the Bloodline thing has to be figured out within the next 3 weeks or so because we got Survivor Series War Games coming from Vancouver. Moving on from that, when WWE returned from a couple, I guess, weeks or so after WWE returned from Saudi, they said, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to do the Road to WrestleMania European tour with stops in Spain, Germany, Italy, Belgium, England, Scotland, Netherlands, Austria, and some of those stops are going to include SmackDown and Raw. Okay, so WWE's really taking this thing global. Obviously, by this time, Raw will be on Netflix, and it has been discussed that Netflix is willing to stream Raw live when it goes overseas. So we might be getting a lot of afternoon Monday Night Raws and or a replay in the States.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That like switches up my day.
Yeah, I can go to lunch and watch Raw at the same time.
I do work remotely on Mondays.
Mondays I'm off.
Well, see, wait. So we're East Coast. The UK is what, 6 hours ahead?
About 6, between like 5 to 6, depending on where they are here. Yeah.
So the European countries they'll go to will be between 5 and 7 hours.
I would say so. Yes. Yeah.
So they're starting at 8. So that's like 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, afternoon.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. I don't know what they're going to do for SmackDown. Obviously, that's still on the USA Network. There's also been discussions that apparently it is possible that Raw and SmackDown will both be 3 hours in the new year.
Stop. I don't want that.
It is a possibility.
No.
Nothing has been confirmed.
You don't understand how happy I am with these 2-hour Raws. Like, I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock. It's so nice.
I know, but it may not last long. Netflix also has I've heard Netflix also has demands that they want Cody, Punk, and Roman on Raw.
Wow, that's asking a lot.
Yeah, Netflix needs to fucking relax. Is what they need to do.
Who the fuck is SmackDown gonna have then?
Exactly. Netflix needs to relax. But we will see what happens. It may be for a few months, like Daquan is saying in our chat. But we will definitely see what occurs with that, especially with Raw and SmackDown going international again. I think SmackDown's first time doing international shows, I believe.
SmackDown?
No, because when they did the European tour like after WrestleMania.
Oh, my fault. They have done it. They've had done it in England a couple of times.
There you go. They do in England.
Because AJ
SmackDown goes to Canada, but I don't know if they.
No, they did Europe. They did England because AJ beat Jinder in England on SmackDown for the title.
They definitely did England.
Yeah. SmackDown had a Japan taping in 2005. That I don't remember. I was also not watching at that time.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that at all. But yeah, Raw and SmackDown are going international as well as their Road to WrestleMania trip. So there is that. WWE kicked off a lot more announcements, like the fact that last Friday they announced that Elimination Chamber is going out of the country yet again, except not Australia. This time it's going to be in Toronto, Saturday, March 1st. This should be the last PLE before WrestleMania in overpriced Las Vegas at the Rogers Center. The first time they've been at the Rogers Center since WrestleMania 18, Icon versus Icon. So yes, this is going to be in a baseball arena. This is where the sad-ass Blue Jays play. So I'm interested to see what they do with this. Is the dome going to be open? Probably not, because it's March in Toronto, Canada.
It's gonna be cold.
It's going to be cold as fuck. I've seen the setup of what they're looking for. Most of it is going to be in the infield.
Okay.
And then apparently from what I saw, because the seating chart isn't public, it's on location. I saw they have a section called the stage. So I don't know if it's going to be like Elimination Chamber and like a rock concert. Like, did they get Nickelback or something like that? Like out of the blue. Listen, say what you want about Nickelback. They actually do really well in the numbers, in music history.
You're allowed to like Nickelback.
I didn't say I liked them. I said they did well.
I mean, well, yeah, they sell incredibly well.
Yeah.
They're like the fourth highest selling band of all
time. Yeah.
Which is disgusting. Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
You need to look up Nickelback's numbers. Like, as much as we shit on them, they sell really well.
I like a few songs by Nickelback, but overall,
they have like a 90-minute Netflix documentary on like hating Nickelback. It's called like I Hate Nickelback or something. It's just their story of how they started and like how they dealt with being hated and their fame being hated, and then the pandemic, and like it's actually a really good documentary. Ryan Reynolds is in it because he also loves Nickelback and he's Canadian.
Well, yeah.
So it's worth the watch, because Nickelback is they are an underappreciated band, and they're really hated because it's trendy to hate. It was trendy to hate them on the internet.
It reminds me of a documentary ESPN did a 30 for 30 about Christian Laettner. It's called I Hate Christian Laettner.
I hate Christian Laettner.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was a documentary. It was a documentary about why you can't hate Christian Laettner.
My mom hates Christian Laettner.
I also hate Christian Laettner too.
She hates Duke.
I hate Christian Laettner and Duke too. But apparently he's a really nice guy.
I bet.
He is He is also a member of a '92 Dream Team.
50 million albums sold.
So at the time,
right? 50 million.
I told you.
It's like what,
with 10 billion streams.
Told you.
A million is platinum, right?
I want to say so. Don't quote me on that. I'm not.
I think so.
Yeah. So yeah.
They are the 11th as of 2017. They are the 11th best-selling band in history.
Told you.
Yeah. There you go. 11.
The fuck?
Told
yeah.
You.
Right. It's insane.
Told you. So yes, this is going to be another Canadian pay-per-view. You have Survivor Series in Vancouver. Next year is Elimination Chamber in Toronto, Saturday, March 1st. I guess happy birthday to me, right? But
that's a happy birthday to you.
That is definitely a happy birthday to me. So we'll definitely see what happens as time gets closer. People who will not be at Elimination Chamber is, sadly, we have lost. WWE has released Indy Hartwell. Is gone, former member of The Way, yes, with the hand, which Candace still held up during SmackDown, during her match.
Yeah. That's respect to that.
Yeah,
that's
former NXT champion. I feel like she never got a fair shot on the main roster. Didn't know what to do with her, which kind of sucks. We are also losing cute as a button Tegan Knox, because Tegan Knox doesn't have great knees. I will just be honest with you.
Yeah, dude, she's got my dad's knees.
Yeah. It is a shame that she had a lot of problems. I thought she would have done really well, but she was just very, unfortunately, injury prone in her run. So we did lose Tegan Knox, the girl with the shiniest wizard, but she's already doing bookings 90 days out from now. And last but not least, probably somebody who we will look at years down the road and be like, he wasn't actually that bad. Baron Corbin, after about 10 or 12 years in WWE, His career has gone to an end. A former United States champion, I want to say former Intercontinental champion. We saw Money in the Bank winner, which went totally awry. We saw him win his only NXT title, Will, at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
You know?
No, they lost that.
Oh, they lost. My fault. He had won it before.
Yeah, they lost, but it was his best match ever.
Yes. Yeah. So this is a guy who, like I said, we'll look back at this years from now and be like, he was actually really fucking good. Like when you look at his,
I'm gonna look back on Baron Corbin and be like, oh yeah, huh.
He had good range as character. Like Constable Corbin. I love when he went from happy
Corbin.
Sad Corbin was even better.
Sad
loved
Corbin was the best.
Corbin. Yeah.
No, like the guy had range.
Yeah.
The guy had range, and he could have done more, but I think he was limited in wrestling on purpose. You know, because he wrestled as an Applebee's like server.
I think it's it's because his snafu with the Money in the Bank and that whole backstage fiasco that kind of put the kibosh on everything that was going to go well for him.
But, you know, in recent years, he's had a stellar backstage reputation.
Absolutely.
Like, no one had anything bad to say about Baron Corbin. Like, so I guess whatever happened back then, he grew up and moved past it. But, you know, he retired Kurt Angle. Let's not forget that either.
And
I did forget that, actually.
Only one person has ever kicked out of the End of Days. Drew McIntyre, WrestleMania 38. Was the first and only time anybody's kicked out of the End of Days.
I mean, that's wild.
Yeah.
I don't remember. That is
in
crazy.
In modern day wrestling, everyone kicks out of everything. The Young Bucks are like, fuck, man. We got to hit it 4 times to get a 2 count.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. And Baron Corbin was on record saying years ago, I'd rather have no one kick out of my finisher than to ever win a world title. And he got close. He got close.
And to be fair, his other move is the better finisher.
Oh, Deep Six. Deep Six was amazing.
Deep Six is such a great move, and he makes it look really good.
Deep Six was pretty. So, I mean, I feel like this is not the last we're going to see of Baron Corbin. I doubt that.
Not at all.
I feel like he will have a major run on the Indies. I don't know if he'll go to AEW just yet. I would like to see him in Impact, in TNA.
Honestly, dude, I think he's going to take his money and go home.
He could do that too. I feel like
I think what's he gonna do in AEW?
I don't think he goes. That's why I think he might do like
nothing.
TNA. I mean, I
don't think he could go to TNA, but I mean, does he want to wrestle? I mean, he hasn't really.
It's true.
I could see him being like, you know what, I did that, done with my life. Let's move on to something else.
Yeah, it also depends on how long he was in the NFL because I think he needs to serve 4 tenured years in the NFL to get that pension. So if he made that 4-year mark past the NFL, he automatically gets that NFL pension. So, like, why would he do anything else? NFL careers don't last long.
I knew that, but I didn't know they had a pension.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
When was that instated?
It's part of I think that's part of their collective bargaining.
How old is he?
Is that relatively new?
No.
Or is that like a new policy? Or
no, it's not. It's been around for a while, yeah.
Damn, good on you, NFL.
Like, if he made it past the 4-year mark, he might, I think he automatically gets a pension. So, like, to your case, Will, it would be like, why would I want to do anything else? Exactly. I have my pension. I made my money doing something else that I like to do. Let me chill out.
NFL.
You know, looked it up for me, but I believe it's 4 years.
He's 40 years old.
Who, Corbin?
Yeah, he's 40. Amateur, maybe go back to boxing.
He was a Golden Glove person, I believe.
His name is Thomas Pestock.
Yeah, I would have called him Baron Corbin too. To be completely honest with you.
Tommy Pestock.
Offensive lineman for the Colts and the Cardinals in the NFL, as well as the region quarterfinals and the Golden Gloves boxing. Yeah, Golden Gloves boxing. Let me see. I'll get his years. Hang on.
Yeah. While you figure that out, okay, we're going to turn this to me and you. This is not going to be your official beginning of your new segment that will debut at some time, and we'll plan it out. However, it's going to be a great trial run. Goldberg.
Okay, great.
Couple weeks ago, Bill Goldberg was on College Game Day and announced officially that 2025 will be the year of his final wrestling match ever. Okay, I know you have already expressed that when Goldberg has his retirement match, Mance will be on the show, and I totally give the agreement with that.
Yep.
Always love to have Mance on for this, but I'm asking you directly, okay, who retires Bill Goldberg?
You know what's funny? I don't know.
What?
Part of me thought Braun Breaker for like a while.
They have matching tattoos.
I got it, guys. I got it.
Ooh, Chavo.
And it was 2 years, by the way. Corbin was in the NFL for 2 years on the practice.
He does not
Oh.
get
Yeah, he bounced around practice squads. Ironically, he was on the Cardinals and he got in a backstage scuffle throwing uppercuts.
Yeah, he was a dick.
Oh.
He was
He was a piece of shit.
Yeah, the whole Baron Corbin being a dick thing was not just character. He was literally a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, back to you, Kay. Who retires? Bill Goldberg.
I low key think it's either gonna be Gunther or Braun Breaker. It's definitely gonna be somebody that's like newer.
Yeah.
I hope
But-
it's Bret Hart.
A lot of people do. A lot of people
My
do.
fantasy booking.
I don't want to see that match though.
I
No,
want
absolutely not.
My crazy booking is a fatal 4-way between Gunther, Goldberg, Sami Zayn, and Bret Hart.
Say that again.
Fatal 4-way between Bret Hart, Sami Zayn, Goldberg, and Gunther.
Oh goodness. that
I mean, I think Gunther would be a good feud,
Yeah.
but like Gunther's too technical. Bill Goldberg just goes "Ah," and spears you.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I don't know. What if it's John Cena? It's John Cena's last WrestleMania match and Bill Goldberg's retirement
Stop
match.
no.
They would not do that. They would get their own separate flowers. Bill deserves better.
I got a better one. It's never gonna happen. Goldberg.
It's Sting.
No. Goldberg, Brock 2, WrestleMania 40, 20 years after the debacle at the Garden.
Oh my god.
It's never
WrestleMania
happening.
41.
With Austin
Brock
as
Goldberg.
the special
again.
guest referee. just totally redo it.
Eric Bischoff.
I honestly don't know who retires Goldberg. I mean, Braun Breaker seems like the best. Like Braun Breaker is just Goldberg but faster.
Yeah.
I could see Braun Breaker, Gunther.
Someone's
It's gotta be someone. It's gotta be someone meaty.
the concept Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Goldberg and Riddle, but that would have been
God, Matt Riddle.
That would have been fun.
that would have been a fight. Actually, that would have been a real fight, though. It would have been great.
Yeah.
If
Dude,
they
Matt Riddle. I
re-signed
forgot
Matt Riddle.
I forgot Matt Riddle existed.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Me too. I think if they re-sign Matt Riddle in the next year, it'll be Matt Riddle, and they'll like kill each other.
I doubt they'll re-sign Riddle. Man's too much of a liability. But again, Marty Scurll still got work somehow.
What's he doing now?
I'll tell you later.
Oh.
I'll tell you later. But yeah, Bill Goldberg up in the air. He will be retiring within the near future. But finally, folks, we can rejoice. I can stop bitching for now at what, 6 or so years, because the women finally have a mid-card championship.
Thank God.
Yes, it is the Women's United States Championship. It's literally just a U.S. title in white, which, by the way, looks absolutely fucking gorgeous. If you're looking at this on the screen right now, Nick Aldis revealed it on SmackDown. This is, like I said, it's the women's mid-card title. Finally, they pulled the plug on this. You obviously had the NXT North American Women's Championship, which debuted at WrestleMania this past year. So about 6 or 7 months later, we revealed this for the main roster. AEW has had women's mid-card title with the TBS Championship for a couple of years. So a lot of legwork has been done by other brands for this to happen. And like the Quan said, it is a good idea. I think it's a great idea. We finally get women to do something outside of the world title and the tag title scene. My only issue is that it's just the parody of the men's, and I get what they're going with that, but I really want the women to have something that's unique to them. Like, for instance, AEW, even though I don't like the names as they're at the TV stations, has a TNT title and a TBS title. So there is.
Well, they're rumored to do the Netflix championship. I saw that
Oh,
going
you
around.
gotta be
I
fucking
doubt-
I heard that
kidding me.
too.
I swear to God, do not. Do not. I'd rather have them with the Speed Championship. But yeah, my only issue is that it's the women's US, just a parody of the men's, but I want something that's unique to them so that they kind of stand out. But I get why they're
I feel
doing
like WWE's not ready to do that.
it. I know.
Mo-
I know.
Most of the shit the women get is the women's version of a men's thing.
Yeah. And I understand the concept of it. I just wish that there'd be something like they have Women's Evolution Championship right there. I think that stands on its own.
Yeah.
You know, or even do like women's television title. Also right there too. But who knows?
I just feel like they don't care about Evolution.
Well, clearly because they've only had one of them. So
I mean, I think okay, unpopular opinion here.
Go ahead.
This belt is about 2 years too late. They should have done this instead of the tag belts because they already have these women's tag team belts that pretty much mean nothing, and they're trying with Bianca and Jade.
The matches have been good. The crown jewel match was really good.
Yeah, it was. It was. I watched it back, and it was really good. Like, and they are trying, but this is gonna sound crazy to say, there's not enough TV time, and there's not enough women. Like, who's gonna be fighting for this belt?
If they treat it,
Naomi, and who?
Chelsea Green.
Okay.
Piper Niven.
Piper, Shayna, Zoe,
Natalia.
Daddy
I can see
DeVille.
Natalia being one.
It depends on one. If they debut Michin as well, she's also a high one. I have a really, really horrible feeling. Well, I'll get to that in a second. I have a feeling if this is the only title that they're going to debut for the women in the mid card, this is going to be cross promotional. So that kind of ups.
I mean, that's a better idea, right? Have them everywhere. Like it's a little bit of an AEW effect too, where there's too many belts.
Mm-hmm.
And like, kind of not enough people going after them. Like, if they were getting rid of the tag belts for the women and putting in this belt in, great, because Bianca and Jade are gonna fucking tear this division apart fighting for that belt, right? But they're not. It's a little oversaturated, and everyone's excited now. And great, it's a delicious looking belt. I'd fucking buy that belt.
Yeah.
It's way better than the other one. Like, it's gorgeous.
Just on strap alone, like, it's surprising what like a color change on the strap can do for a belt.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, a little warning to the IWC here. Don't get your hopes up too high because you're going to be disappointed. You're probably going to get angry and you're going to shit all over it and making it even harder for them to get over. So I think it's great on paper, but it's too hard to get done in practice because of all the other TV time we got to go. Okay. So let's see when they have this belt, right? It's on SmackDown. They announced it on SmackDown.
He announced it on SmackDown. There's no indication yet that Adam Pearce will debut a new belt, or if this is going to go across both brands. Corey and Cole insinuated that it's both going to be on Raw and SmackDown.
So that's good.
But
that's a good step in the right direction. But okay, so you're having this new thing, right? You got to dedicate TV time to it.
Yeah.
But that means you have to take TV time away from something else.
Correct.
So what on SmackDown do you take away from the men's tag division with Ciampa and the Street Profits and all that? Is kind of
Motor City Machine Guns too.
Yep, and they're brand new. So you gotta budget in the TV time. You gotta take away from something. Do you take away from Nia because you replace women with women? Do you take away from the tag belts? Like, do the tag belts stay on Raw and this stays on SmackDown? You can have that kind of division that way. Like, what do you do if you're Triple H, head of creative? You want to add something new and great and advance the women, great. But that means you got to take something away. What do you take away? I don't know.
I don't know the answer either.
That's an open-ended question.
I think if it is true that Raw and SmackDown, or at least Raw moves up to 3 hours, that could solve a lot of issues. Because now you add extra time. Yeah.
I think that's going to be what they find to be the solution. They don't want to take away from men. Let's be real here. So when they get the extra hour for Raw and SmackDown in January, they're going to use that to focus more on women.
Yeah.
The full hour, not for women, but some more time.
Yeah. The other question is we don't know when it's.
I think you could dedicate a full hour of a 3-hour show to women, but it's not an hour straight. You know, it's like 20-minute opening segment, 10-minute match.
Yeah.
Of course.
When you segment it, right?
I think they totally could, but honestly, it comes down to what Triple H said in that press conference last time we had a show.
Yeah.
You know, it's about green, it's about making money, what gets over and what works. It's at least how in this case, probably how it should be. Now, granted, that message didn't come across that great how he said it.
Absolutely not.
You know, when you're fighting for TV time, that is what you should strive for.
Yeah.
What is working? What is good for business? What is getting over? And that is who should get TV time.
Yeah, but it's also like, so with this new belt, they're going to have to highlight the belt, like you said. And the other thing is that you want to make this initial battle for this belt means something. Like when they debuted the Women's North American Championship, they had a freaking 6-person ladder match. You had qualifying matches, 6-person ladder match.
Yep.
It went over fantastically. It set the bar really well, and it was a fantastic match. So you have to do something similar for that for the women, whether it's a tournament or something, or whether you highlight it at like an upcoming PLE, which the only one would be left is Survivor Series, maybe even the Rumble at which I don't think you should do at the Rumble at all. I think it'll get lost in the sauce. So it's a matter of when they debut this belt, when this belt actually becomes up for grabs. Like right now, we just have a debut, and we don't know what's going to happen.
It's announced.
My fear, and my trolling jovialness thinks Charlotte Flair will just win it when she comes back.
Probably, honestly.
They're just gonna pull Charlotte Flair back to win this title.
I mean, dude, it's not called WWE
Goldberg.
Royalty Championship. Okay? Like, I mean, I think they could have also done with a different name. Like, because it's the Women's U.S. Championship, whereas the men's is going to be called the U.S. Championship, right?
Yes.
So it's something to kind of distinguish a title that's specifically for the women. But what would you call it? You know, the Intercontinental is available.
I liked Evolution. I like the Evolution Championship.
The Evolution Championship, yeah, I think that could have worked too. But to give something that's inherently
theirs,
only the women's.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a title belt. It's not a women's title belt.
Correct. Yeah.
So
that's exactly.
I mean, it's something people want. It's something we've been clamoring for, and it could be good. I hope I'm wrong. I hope like 6 months down the line, King Murphy can shove my words in my face. But I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I think if they want to do well with this, it's two people who I think could run wild with this. Michin for in-ring work, Mia Yim, or my number one pick, Chelsea Green, would run circles with this belt. Being Canadian and winning the first ever Women's United States Championship, she has so much material for days. And Chelsea Green has done such amazing work for everybody else except for herself, and she needs to be rewarded for all the stuff that she's done. Like, her Money in the Bank was phenomenal. Her moment in Saudi, a crown jewel, when she was like, am I going to jump from the top rope? No. And she keeps going down the ring. And just jumps. Like, I would give her this belt and have her run absolutely wild with this. But we'll see what happens when this debuts and how they set this up. But let's move along. All In, Saturday, July 12th. They have just announced that early in December, tickets will go on sale. We're going to do this one real quick. How expensive will this be compared to WrestleMania? Will Tarashak?
Dude. Oh, how expensive will it be? Oh, you mean the
price?
The tickets?
Yeah, ticket price. Yeah.
Okay.
Not production expense. I don't care about that.
Yeah, like how much it's gonna cost to AEW. I was like,
care.
oh man, that's immediately where my mind went. It depends how are they doing the same? Is it still Ticketmaster?
I want to say yes.
So that depends. If it's the same ticketing program as it did for WrestleMania, there'll probably be a few $100s.
Yeah.
Like what? Like it was like what's it like? Ringside seats for what? Like $5,000 or something like that.
Try like 10.
10 grand.
At Mania,
so I could see ringside seats for All In Texas being like $1,200 or $2,000.
Fair enough.
Right. Nosebleeds, $40. Right, somewhere between there, and then everything else is in the middle. So if like for seats we would typically buy, like middle bowl, club level, or lower bowl, probably about $200-300.
I'm
take.
tempted if SummerSlam wasn't the next month.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm so
if
tempted.
SummerSlam was in Minneapolis or wherever else was going
I'd
to
be like, dude, let's go to Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted.
Dallas sounds like a fun trip.
It is.
Yeah, Ricky, you've talked up Dallas so high.
I've been twice.
Like, all right, I'll go. I'd go just because it's Dallas, not because it's all in. I'd go
the
for
barbecue.
Like wrestling is the secondary show.
Yeah.
Dallas is the main show.
Food
I
and
like
the barbecue.
love. Can I say something controversial yet brave?
Yes.
I feel like you should go to Dallas instead of SummerSlam if you have to like pick one.
I'm not.
But SummerSlam's so close.
It is close, but like All In, like you get a whole trip out of it. Like
Yeah. Dallas is a great town. Like, I feel you go to Dallas and be like, I want to move here. There's so much space. You would love it.
You know, I was hoping to say that about Austin, and I didn't. Not even
well,
close.
Austin's the state capital and a college town, so.
It's not that I didn't like Austin. It's just it didn't feel like home.
Gotcha.
That's valid.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Like, it was good to visit. It was good to be there for a weekend. I'd do a week in Austin, but I was like, yeah, I don't get what Rogan's talking about that everyone loves living here. Like, I don't see it.
Cost
my
of living wise
boss
is
moved
great.
to Austin and she loves it.
Yeah, I know people who moved to Austin and also Dallas and enjoy the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
So, but hey, all in Texas have, like I said, if SummerSlam wasn't in our backyard, I'd be like, yo, let's go to Dallas and have a ball and eat a bunch of great barbecue. So, because I know the good ones. I have some friends who live down there. But moving on, still with the AEW thing, ladies and gentlemen, business is back. MVP has resurrected the Hurt Business, bringing Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, back to AEW under a new name called the Hurt Syndicate, which, to be honest with you, so much better of a name for wrestling standpoint. Syndicate over business. What they have been doing, it seems like it's what MVP wanted to do in WWE until they got steamrolled by this thing called the pandemic and the Bloodline, which is literally just a Hurt Business but Samoan. What they've been doing is something that actually has me intrigued in AEW. They have been going to all of these different performers, mostly POCs. They went to Mercedes. They went to I think they went to Private Party. They went to Ricochet. They've gone to Leo Rush, and MVP has just slipped in their card. Like, when you want to get serious about your craft, you come talk to me. They went to The Acclaimed, and it was like, you guys are a joke. They're like, you guys.
Wow.
They're like, you could be much more serious. They went to Anthony Bone. MVP literally approached Anthony Bones. He's like, your father's a Super Bowl champion, and you're out here talking about balls and scissoring.
Stop.
He's like, you can be so much bigger than what you are right now. Do you want to do that? If so, you have my card. Come talk to me.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing. It's a thing with the Hurt Business that the Hurt Business, people appreciated them, and then they didn't appreciate them, and then when they were gone, people were like, we want them back, and then we never got them back. But now they're back. They seem to have a little bit more creative freedom. Essentially, what MVP was saying is he wants to give underused talent a chance, kind of like what they did with the Judgment Day, with a specific group of people. And I'm interested to see how big they get. Leo Rush also did a cut of promo being like, hey, Bobby, remember me? Like, I still remember when I was like your spokesman. Like, I might call this card and join up. And I just like what they're doing with this. I think this has the potential to be something absolutely spectacular. But Will, what are your thoughts on the Hurt Syndicate name?
I like the idea.
Yeah.
Like, let's just do the Hurt Business, but better.
Yeah.
I think they could have had a new name. It's like,
I like Syndicate. I like Syndicate.
I do too.
It's like with the Hurt Syndicate, it's like, okay, you're just not. It's like, can you knock off yourself? Like, can you be a knockoff of yourself?
I feel like you
possible?
can rebrand. Wouldn't this be a
yeah.
rebrand?
Well, I guess it is a rebrand, but it's like, going from the boss to the CEO for Mercedes. It's just like, okay, you want to do the same thing with a fresh coat of paint? It's like, well, why not just do something new, for lack of a better term?
But I feel like if you're trying to get WWE fans to watch your product and they don't know who any of these fucking people are, you need to have something similar yet different to bring in those viewers. I like Hurt Syndicate. It's snappy, but I feel like it sounds like more elevated than the Hurt Business.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, also to play, what's going to matter more is what they do as opposed to what they're named.
Yeah.
And what they do and how they do it, I think, is going to be way more impressive and better potentially than what they did in WWE. I mean, it all depends what they do, right? Is the focus of AEW to boost the group, or is like what WWE did was to boost Bobby Lashley?
Yeah.
So.
And I think the focus is to boost the group in AEW.
I think the focus is to boost the group. I agree, because MVP didn't get to do what he really wanted to do, even though it still kind of worked. So
it didn't work as well as it was supposed to because of other things got in the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't call the Hurt Business a failure. Like,
no,
you
can't.
Not at all.
I was a big Hurt Business fan for a while.
Yeah, I know you were. But like this one, I think the Hurt Syndicate has the potential to be way better.
Yeah, absolutely. They still rock really good suits too. I'm like, God, they were really
sharp. So
ask
me in 6 months if these guys are still on TV, if I think the Hurt Syndicate was a good name or not. Because it's like, when people want to start a business or whatever, like, what should I name it? The name should be important. I'm like, dude, the name is the last thing that matters. Nike is only a good name because the business is successful.
Yeah, and they just did it.
Right? Yeah. So, and they just did it.
Yeah. The more interesting thing about the Hurt Syndicate is that You need to. I know you're not on social media that much, but follow Bobby Lashley's social media these days. You want to know what Bobby's thing is now? So Bobby Lashley's social media is that he travels the states and stuff looking for the best cheeseburger.
Oh.
Oh, I think you told me about this.
Yeah, that's his social media now.
That's good for him, dude.
He looks so. You ever seen? Because Will and I have seen Bobby Lashley in person at the airport in New Orleans when he came back to WWE. It's a big guy. Imagine that big guy so happy eating a cheeseburger like once a week.
That sounds fun.
It's great. So
Dude, like he just goes around going to different Five Guys. Like, wow, the Five Guys is even good here. I mean, I did have. Now, typically when I travel overseas, I never eat McDonald's. But I was in the airport on the way to go home, and I was like, I walked in the airport. The first thing I saw was the Golden Arches, and I was like, that's a sign. That's a sign enough for me. So I went and had McDonald's, and goddamn, I wish I didn't because it was way better. I don't think I can ever have American McDonald's again.
Yeah, overseas McDonald's is interesting stuff, depending on where you are and what you get.
Delicious. Yeah, it's crazy. It's good. It's actually like burger. It's actual meat.
Yeah,
it's awesome. So. Big ups to the Hurt Syndicate. Hopefully do well. To me, it's the most interesting storyline in AEW outside of Jon Moxley's Death Rider taking over AEW, which is literally just the NWO hostile takeover from 20 years ago. Freaking Darby Allin came down from the rafters one Dynamite like a couple of weeks ago. Just like Sting, except in a pink fur coat, like a freaking buffoon. And that was the middle of the show. I was like, all right. Booking is kind of weird still, but shit happens when you party naked over in AEW. Moving on, folks. WWE ID. Will, I don't think we got a chance to talk about this, but I don't know if you're aware of WWE ID and what it is. Are you? Before
I've heard, yeah, no, a little bit. It's like their new performance center. It's like the new developmental system. Or what was that college thing they tried doing a year or two ago? NIL, is it like pretty much a rebrand version of that?
No, it's not. So pretty much what it is that WID is called independent development. So essentially it's saying, hey, remember when we said we're never going back to the indies, we're just doing NIL? Hey, we're going back to the indies.
Oh, that's right. They're using it to like, no, I do know about this because Zarian and Rich talked about it on
Yeah, it's they're
pretty much like funding the indies to an extent.
Kind of. So what they're doing is that they are naming several people WWD prospects, and they'll follow their career through the indies. They'll highlight their matches. They'll give them a lot of, I guess, like more personalized coaching. From what I've heard, they're not going to stop them from taking specific bookings, a la meaning if they get booked in AEW, they'll say, hey, do AEW. But they're just following them, and then they've also
go get over it.
Yeah, exactly. And then what else? The other thing they're doing is that they're naming specific schools WWE ID schools, which includes Cody's Nightmare Factory, Seth Rollins School, I think Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, Rikishi School in LA, and then there's another school in the Northeast as well. Those are the 5 WWID schools now.
No, it's smart.
Yeah.
This is very smart business for them. And it's good for the indies too.
Yeah.
They can promote that, hey, we have a WWE prospect at our show. Bump the tickets up $20 and then the boys get paid.
Everybody wins. It's gonna
and the girls.
I think it's gonna reinvigorate the indies.
Which is good because WWE needs that. I mean, WWE has always had the problem of like, where's our next guy going to come from? Where's the next star going to come from? And it was people who were already established through the indies. Now they're like, okay, let's kind of steer this boat a little bit and drive the people who we see early on, kind of give them some guidance, bring them in NXT, which is our real developmental.
Exactly.
And then give them, it creates a more clear path.
Yes, from the
for an
indies.
independent wrestler to get,
Yeah. So now you have 2 ways of getting to WWE. You can be a standout college athlete, or you can be an independent wrestler. And it's, to be honest with you, it's what WWE has been doing for years. They're just blatant about it now.
Yeah, there's a little more. Triple H is just like, let's just
tell everybody what we're doing.
Let's just show our hand and get good PR from it.
Exactly. That's what it is. William Regal's pretty much the head of this. He's already handed out some stuff to some people at shows. William Regal was scouting like this when he was in NXT the first time around. So this is nothing new. They're just putting a brand in. I love it. I like the idea. They have their own social media page. And what we're going to do right now is go through the list of the initial WWE ID prospects from their social media page, who they are, where they're from, how long they've been wrestling, and where they were scouted from. So the first one, Zeta Steel, the real deal Zeta Steel, debuted in 2022. Finishing move is the Unprettier, scouted from Washington, D.C., scouted from CZW. Yes. That's CCW.
Ooh.
Yes. Next on the list is Bryce Donovan, scouted from Wrestling Open. He debuted in 2018. His finisher is the Damocles, which is a Death Valley Driver elbow drop. And K, he is from Long Beach, Long Island, New York.
Wait, I knew that name sounded familiar.
He's a Create Pro person.
What's this guy's name?
Bryce Donovan. I saw a video of him. He's massive. Put it this way, Will, he's what Big Cass should have been.
He gives me Josh Briggs vibes.
Kind of. He looks like he's
like, look at him.
Yeah.
Looks like Josh Briggs when he was before he broke his
I've
leg,
seen
whatever
this
he
guy.
did.
It's on the internet.
Yeah, he's a local Long Island talent. This man here wins the best name of any of the WWID prospects. We have
is this
Cold
Cappuccino
Brew
Jones?
Cappuccino Jones. Okay.
That's the best name I've ever heard in my whole life.
Cappuccino Jones.
Yes.
I love it.
Can I name my kid Cappuccino Jones?
Yes. Cold Brew Cappuccino Jones debuted in 2022. His finisher is the Froggy Brew, also known as the Decaffeinator. He is from Coffeeville, Kansas. This man wins marketing. Okay. Coffeeville, Kansas, scouted from This Is Wrestling. Moving up the list, we have Cartwheel Jack Summit, debuting in 2019. His finisher is a Twisting Star Press. He was scouted from Game Changer Wrestling and is from Sacramento, California. Moving up, that's how Taz orders Starbucks. Nice at the caffeinator. We have Zara Zakir. The petite powerhouse Zara Zakir. I saw videos of her. She looks amazing. Debuted in 2023. Her finisher is known as the Control Z. She was scouted from Millennium Pro. Yeah, I know.
That's good too.
She's scouted from Millennium
That's
Pro
good.
Wrestling. Her hometown is San Diego, California. His next prospect is called Sean Legacy, debuting in 2017. His finisher is known as the Shambles, which is also just a 450 splash. He was scouted from Pro Wrestling Revolution Noah. From a Pro Wrestling Revolution Noah tryout. His hometown is Augusta, Georgia. Our next prospect is Sam Hardway Halloway. Scouted from International Wrestling Cartel, aka the IWC, hometown of Akron, Ohio, debuted in 2022. His finisher is a choke bomb, which is a choke slam bomb. Next we have what is his name? Oh, Philly's finest, Marcus Mathers, debuting in 2019. His finisher is a 450 splash. He is also scouted from Game Changer Wrestling and is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And last but not least, the real-life action figure It's Gall, debuting in 2020. His finisher is a Striations Bomb. He is scouted from Wrestling Open, and his hometown is literally Mount Olympus. So those are your initial... Actually...
Okay, all right. I fuck with it.
Actually, there's somebody that they debuted that's actually new that I did not get to today. So this last one we don't have a card for.
Is it terrorizing?
It's not.
The memes that Fretz has been posting
For the prospect
in our
cards is
Discord,
great.
for the prospect cards, yes, they were all really funny. Like it was like our Sergeant Jones, whatever, from SmackDown vs. Raw 2009.
Yeah.
I think I was the only one who got that reference.
I got the Baron Blade
I love
one. The
that
Baron
game.
Blade one was
The
fantastic.
Baron Blade one, yeah, Fretz. So tip of my cap to you, my friend. That was excellent.
So there's somebody else that was just named a little less than a day ago. His name is the Ice Williams, the coldest wrestler on the planet, debuting in 2018.
You mean Glacier?
No. Debuting in 2018, his finisher is known as the Icebreaker, also known as the Frostbite. He is from Long Beach, California. He was scouted from Future Stars of Wrestling. So that was the latest person that was debuting in WWID, as I can see on their social media page right now. So it's close to about 10 individuals so far. I'm interested to see what they do with this, but those are your initial WWE ID prospects with probably much more to come. Any initial thoughts, kayfabe?
I'm just gonna say right now, if they squander any opportunities with Cappuccino Jones, I'm gonna be mad.
Cappuccino Jones will make me actually drink coffee for once.
I'm a ride or die.
Like, I want
drinker.
Cappuccino Jones to get so big, Starbucks names a drink after him.
cold. What is he? Cold brew cappuccino Jones.
Just call it the Cappuccino Jones.
Those are two different drinks.
No, don't do the cold brew. Just call him the Cappuccino Jones.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You're telling me if he got big enough, the Cappuccino Jones wouldn't sell out like every Starbucks.
I mean, how would you make it different besides just being a cappuccino?
I'm not a coffee person, Kay. That's your
that my expertise.
That's your expertise. I don't drink coffee, so
I guess it depends on what his gimmick is.
Wait, Taquan saying he's seen his indie matches. His entrance is coffee shop jazz. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? His entrance music is coffee shop jazz. I'm sold already. I am sold already on this. Like I said, we both mentioned we like the WID prospect. Hopefully they get a YouTube page. So what I think they need is a YouTube page or something like that where you can like actually watch some of these guys' videos and see what they do with it.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be a cool thing to do. And if Bryce Donovan is like wrestling in the area, I definitely want to go see him.
You should go.
Yeah, definitely want to go see him. He's probably going to be on the island because he is a Creative Pro person, so. He is going to be there, so probably at some point. But anyway, folks, good. We made it in good time. That is our show this week. We might, if we'll talk about it off here, but we might go to a 7 Eastern format instead of like an 8. That works out better for everybody.
I like that.
Yeah, no, it worked for me.
Yeah.
I get home from work around like 4:35 typically, and then we just Jazz and I cooked an early dinner, and then here we are.
Yeah, we can figure it out. We'll definitely toil with this and see what happens from here. But yeah, that is our whole show.
Yeah, we can definitely do it. Well, Ricky, you and I can hang out and do a post show.
That's true. We can actually hang out and do a post show.
Yeah, because usually it's just like, dude, I'm gassed.
Yeah.
So now we can hang out, talk some shit, and I don't even know what to talk about. I don't want to talk about the Yankees.
I don't want to either.
I just don't want
I'm
to.
so disgusted by how it ended. I was like, this is horrible.
I
It was
like,
pathetic.
Wow.
Sorry to say.
Wow, this is what it feels like to be a Red Sox fan. This is what it feels like to be a Mets
I was like,
fan.
I felt more Mets. Like, this
Yo,
is how the Mets felt?
I would like to point out, I believe in my fucking spirit with how the Yankees played. If the Mets were able to beat the Dodgers, the Mets would have won the World fucking Series.
You might
and I'm
be
so
right.
sad about it.
You might be
that's
right.
that's why I didn't want to play the Mets.
Yeah, me too.
'Cause I'd rather be embarrassed by the best team in baseball than the fucking Mets. So,
Yeah, I couldn't live that down for years living there. I might have to move states. Jesus Christ. But anywho,
I love the Mets.
you're the only one.
I
like City Field. City Field's
Santa
fucking
Claus
awesome. So I'll give you that
is bringing Boris a Mets hoodie for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Oh yeah. You're not gonna give him like a Grimace doll.
If I find one, I absolutely would.
Only the Mets could reject their own mascot for another IP. Okay.
I rode this. I caught the Grimace 7 train.
Only the Mets can reject their own mascot for another IP character.
I liked the Grimace hype. I know people were shitting on the Grimace hype and saying like that's why the Mets like didn't play well. It's like, no, it's not. It was something for the fans that kept the fans engaged. Brought them to the stadium.
Yeah, no, it worked.
It was fun.
It worked.
It was fun.
Yeah.
He's got a seat.
He has his own
fun.
freaking
City
seat.
Field
Yeah.
now.
Surprised me.
Like I feel like that's why I like Jazz Chisholm, whatever the hell his name is.
Jazz Chisholm, yeah.
Because he adds some personality,
flair.
flavor, and some spice, some flair
Yeah.
to an uptight Yankees clean shaven franchise.
Yeah, no, I thought Jazz played wonderful in the playoffs, but anyway, we're getting off topic.
He didn't, but he defensively, he didn't. But
I liked him offensively when he was, getting on base and stuff. He almost won game 1 for us.
Stolen bases.
He almost won game 1 for us single-handedly. So
he had a few clutch stolen bases,
Yeah.
and then his defense was flashy at times, but the fundamentals. The Yankees lost because of fundamentals.
yeah,
So
great arm for a third baseman. I was like, holy crap, he's strong.
well, he was an outfielder.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus, he's strong arm.
Yeah, dude, crazy.
Anyway, we can talk about this all day, but Kay has to get out of here at some point and whatnot. But we got to get on the show on the road. So, Will Tarashuk, if you may, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 393, OG Usi, because what's old is new again. We got the OG Bloodline. The Hurt Business is now a Syndicate in AEW, and oh yeah, WWE is going back to be indies in such a weird way. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Kings of the Rings podcast. You can find me on Ambassador Big. Sorry, you can find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast. Anywho, find me on Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. The links are in the description below. If you are listening to us, make sure you listen to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter, hopefully not for long, and at Wrestle Addict Radio, all one word, everywhere else. Will Tarashuk.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Whitley T. T as in Thomas, ARASHUK. Days since last instant should be 0, because I fucking had one just a few hours ago. With this goddamn, my audio sounding like Bender on a bender.
Oh no, it's still going to go up, so don't worry.
Oh, great. Okay, great. So, I tried. Anything to find me, Google Off the Shelf Media is my friend Nash, who is trying to do like a video game media tycoon industry thing.
Oh, he's trying to find IGN.
Yeah,
fun.
pretty much.
Okay.
So it's a lot of fun. I've been writing articles about game of PS2 reviews.
Nice.
I did the first 3 Harry Potter games and Quidditch World Cup. And then I've been doing a video series on Age of Mythology Titan campaign Titan difficulty.
Okay.
So that's been fun. That's been fun. So make sure you go subscribe to them, Off the Shelf Media. K Murphy.
Hello. I have nothing to plug because I have to go to work. You can find me across some social media at KAE_FABE. That's Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Yeah, I gotta go.
Yes, you do.
That's
and
really
apparently,
it.
we'll talk to Zaquan on the side. He wants to get in on that. So you may have enough.
Okay.
You may have another venture in that. When we come back, whenever we come back, hopefully this Bloodline.
Yeah, Taquan, message me on Discord.
Yeah.
No, I'll connect.
Yeah, when we come back, whenever we come back, hopefully this Bloodline thing will be resolved. Hopefully MVP has brought more people into the Hurt Syndicate, and hopefully we get more cold brew cappuccino Jones, because that sounds absolutely amazing. So until next time, folks, goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon. And fuck you, Slack. Later, folks.
You fucker. Fucker.
That is kind of another reason to potentially go to Elimination Chamber. I was like, yeah, I kind of need to see Slack in person.
Are we offline? Or are we still online?
No, we are still online. We're still streaming, but I know you got to get out of here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. Goodbye,
Later,
friends.
Kay.
Goodbye,
Later.
internet. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye. Someone said Tony. I just saw the meme. I think you made Taquan laugh. I put the meme of Tony from SmackDown versus Raw.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, dude, the Diamond Dallas Cage.
That was
dude,
I found that one. That was really good. DDP reposted. He goes, "Who did this?
Who did this? Diamond Dallas Cage."
So
No problem, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage WrestleMania 3.
All right, have you seen the football players doing headstands after they win?
No, I was wondering where this meme was coming from. Like,
so,
what's Shawn Michaels doing?
So there's a college football team called Incarnate Word. They're like a D3 team or whatever. And so this receiver went viral like last week. He scored a touchdown, and then he did a headstand on his helmet as a celebration, and they flagged him for excessive celebration. But all the NFL players saw it. It was like, that's hysterical, and they started doing it in the games. And so votes were to couch of Baron Blade as a WWED prospect is also great.
Yeah.
Fucking great. Terrorizing also. WWED prospect.
Yeah, this one. Amazing.
Like their WWED prospect like thing looks like it could be trading cards.
Yeah, no, honestly, it does. That's why it works. And it's really cool. Like Topps could be like, oh,
Yeah, like I would be like, I want all of these cards.
yeah, it actually looks really good.
Yeah.
It's well designed. The backlighting.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I love it all. But yeah, Yeah, so I've been getting messages a lot about everybody that's meeting Soto. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah, I know, dude. The news is just like, we don't have news.
We just know he's meeting with people in his home in California. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, the news is we're speculating.
Yeah.
That's the news.
Honestly, if I was Juan Soto, I'd be like, yeah, you want to come through? Yeah, you want to pay for some dinner? Let's go. Come through. Let me hear you guys out.
Yeah.
What do you guys want?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's gonna end up. Here's the thing, dude. Like I said on Discord the other day.
Yeah.
He wants money.
And he wants to win.
And he wants to win. And according to reports, he really likes New York and the East Coast. So, are you gonna go to the Mets for way more money and like be friends with Grimace and hopefully get on a hot streak at the end of the season and go to the playoffs? Or you're going to go back to the Yankees with a pissed off fan base who want a world championship and Cashman's head on a fucking spike. So he's going to do better to build a better team. Like, Cashman, I liked that move they made with Cole. Cole's like, I'm going to opt out. There's like, oh, yeah, really? Yeah, you are? And he's like, no, I changed my mind.
Yeah, when I saw that he opted, I go, fuck. For a second, I thought he was going to opt out and restructure.
Well, that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
Because no, the Yankees had a veto to give him an extra year and an extra $36 million.
Yes.
And the Yankees are like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And Cole's like, you know what? Never mind. I want to stay here. You know why I said Yankees fan? Like, Yankees fan that today, tomorrow, forever? Like, yeah, I meant it.
Yeah.
I'm staying. Right? So, I mean, I think that's good. They brought Boone back, which fine, Boone managed a great postseason, terrible in the World Series, managed a terrible World Series, but not his fault.
No.
So I think he deserves to finish out his contract.
I agree.
Which I think Cashman is doing because Cashman also said we're not talking extensions at this time, which correct.
Yes.
I think it's respectful to let Boone finish out his contract.
See what happens at the end of a contract.
Series, get rid of him. But I mean, he's made the World Series all but once. He made the LCS plenty of times. He made the World Series. Like, he's not I hate Aaron Boone as a manager, but I think this season he did a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better.
He managed what he did.
Yankees they're also probably going to dump Glaber, which
Okay,
who else you got then, right? So
I heard they were looking at Pete Alonso too at first. I was like, that's a kick in the dick if we get Pete Alonso.
I mean, the backup plan if they don't get Soto is Alonso and Bregman, which
yeah.
I mean, it's not great, but I'll live with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like Anthony Rizzo, but he needed to go. I think the Yankees 3 years ago would have re-signed Torres by now and optioned to keep Rizzo.
Yeah.
So the Yankees are in the idea of we need to make a change, and you go into Soto saying, hey, we're going to give you a boatload of money. We're going to give you all the years, but we want to save some money in our payroll
for other people
to pay for X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So we can make you and Aaron Judge a fucking dynasty.
Yeah. Do you think he'll do what Shohei did and defer a lot of that money?
I have no idea.
Because that's the reason Shohei went over, because he deferred all of that. I was like, oh, that's how they managed to get everybody else.
Yeah, but I don't like that because that just means the Dodgers are going to be broke in 20 years.
It's a Bobby Bonilla move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, I think it's like in the year 2035, they're going to owe Freeman, Betts, and Ohtani $84 million.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like total or each. So it's just like, okay, the Dodgers could be a dynasty, maybe be a dynasty now, but what's going to happen in 10 years from now when those guys retire and they have no money to afford anything?
Yeah.
They're going to make the Devil Rays of 2003.
Who don't have a place to play.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm very confident for the Yankees next year. I think right now they're making all the right moves. They're going to sign Soto. Not a doubt in my mind. I think they need to go after either I think they should go after Snell. Like Snell.
I think they're trying to post about new Japanese ace.
Him too, but he's probably going to go to LA.
Which would make sense. It's
because the Dodgers have been scouting him since he was in high school and he's friends with Ohtani.
So. Oh, yeah, okay, no brainer. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think
no brainer.
Ohtani has been kind of wooing him too.
Yeah.
So if you're the Dodgers, you just have Shohei go over and be like, hey, here's what it's like. Come play with us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm interested. What killed me in that fifth inning was when Garrett Cole didn't run the first.
Yeah.
I was like,
and Rizzo didn't hustle. Rizzo was just like, okay, let's not make an error here. Let's take it slow and relax.
Mm-hmm.
Let the ball come to you. And then Betts is 3/4 way down the line, and he's just like, I'm just gonna slightly jog to first base. Didn't even try to play at first base. No hustle, nothing.
But Garrett Cole didn't even run. Garrett didn't even run over.
Well, he pitched 37 pitches. He was gassed.
Yeah, but like not even to like run down. Like, isn't that just statistically what you're supposed to do anyways when it's behind first?
Yes, but Cole wouldn't have beaten him.
Okay.
That's Rizzo's play. It was hit right to him.
I know.
On the down the line.
I know.
Like, he wasn't playing deep. He was playing like that's a routine play that Rizzo makes every single play of that year, except for that fifth inning.
It was the weirdest ending I've ever seen in my life. I go, no
Right?
fucking way.
And you have Rodon in LA for 6, and then anything happens game 7.
And it had never gone to 6 either, because like if it went to 6, I was like, the Dodgers are fucked if it goes to 6.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean, who knows?
the Yankees came out like gangbusters in game 5 too. I was like, oh, we're going back to LA for this.
Well, Judge was just like, oh yeah, I'm fucking Aaron Judge.
Yeah, oh
Remember
my God,
me?
I can hit.
First pitch, fastball. He was sitting on it, put it in the seats.
Yeah.
Jazz, next batter, put it in the seats.
Yeah, man.
You know, Volpe had a great postseason.
I love Volpe. I mean, that man's doing great.
I love Volpe. You know, that ground ball to Volpe that he threw to third base.
The one hopper, yeah, you know, there's nothing.
Tough
It's
play.
tough.
Tough play.
Because the guy was sprinting to third. I was like, there's nothing he can do.
He I don't know who was at bat, but he could, because he was going the opposite momentum.
Yeah, that's
so
why.
It would have been no play at second, very tough.
You had
play
to go
at
to
first.
third.
So
you had to go to third.
He probably, because he was already going that way. He was closer. It was just a bad throw. And
Yeah.
Jazz isn't a third baseman.
And
so.
kudos to the Dodgers for forcing the Yankees' hand in that inning. They never stopped sprinting.
Yeah, they hustled.
They hustled the whole time.
The scouting report was the Yankees don't know how to play the outfield. Like, not play the outfield, but the infield doesn't know how to react
To the outfield.
to plays in the outfield.
Yeah.
So you can run on, you can extend a double into a triple. Like Ohtani, game 1, second base, Glaber boots the ball and he advances to third.
Yeah.
On a double.
Yep.
And then next batter, sac fly, tie game, going to the ninth.
Mm-hmm.
Top 9, and then Freeman hits the grand slam.
Oh, that was
Shouldn't have brought Nestor in. Should have brought in Tim Hill.
should have kept Garrett Cole in there for a little bit longer, in my opinion too. He was killing that.
That too. But you know, Nestor had the analytics against Ohtani, which to be fair worked.
You did.
But then
It did.
And then you would have walked Betts regardless, and then Freeman's left-hander. So Boone there didn't have the wrong idea. It was just wrong pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Tim Hill was on fire too. He had a great LCS, phenomenal LCS.
Yeah. So I got faith in them that they'll get something together with this.
The pieces are there, man.
Yeah.
The pieces are there. You know, Judge is the new A-Rod, but that's okay.
He is the new A-Rod. with a more likable personality and everything like that. But yeah. Oh, what an event. By the way, you didn't see NXT from the 2300 Arena, did you?
No, I didn't.
It was fun. Was fun. So they had a women's hardcore match, and Dawn Marie was a special guest referee.
Nice.
Bubba Ray and Trick Williams teamed up.
I did see that. Wasn't RVD there too?
RVD showed up as well. Rhino made an appearance.
Nice. I did see that too.
And then so it was at the end of the match, and Bubba and Trick, he was like, Trick, get the tables, and Trick couldn't find the table under the apron. And then the Dudley Boys music hit, and Devon came out with the table. I was like, this is amazing.
That's the right way to do it. That's the right way to do it.
Yeah, it was crazy. NXT's getting fun, and I think they're going to go on the road a lot more often. I was talking about this on a show. NXT can do all the classic wrestling like territory places, like the Cow Palace, 2300 Arena, even do Manhattan Center. There's also the
Manhattan Center for sure.
There's also apparently Ring of Honor is doing Final Battle at the Manhattan Center again, and Collision's gonna film from the Manhattan Center too, very soon in December. I saw it on a Zarian post.
Nice.
Which I would go. I've never been to a wrestling event in the Manhattan Center. I feel like that'd be a fun event to go to. Like Hammerstein Ballroom in the Manhattan Center.
Yeah, it would. 'Cause I bet the acoustics are amazing.
Yeah, it's like what 3 blocks from Penn Station.
Yeah, we walked by.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
We went to what's it called?
Fanatics Fest.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'd be down for it. But anywho, let me get out of here and all that stuff.
All right, dude.
We will reconvene with all of you cool kids later. I think. Yeah, we'll reconvene with you guys later. Peace.
Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.